Hi, I'm Reuben.
And I'm Dustin.
And we're home inspectors. Today's topic is safety glazing and window film and making windows safer. Before we get into this though, we should back up a quick step and we could talk a little bit about what we end up recommending as home inspectors. Because when there's glass at a hazardous location, we usually recommend somebody doing something about it to make it safer. It's okay to have glass in a hazardous location. You got to do something special, like have it tempered or something. And well, I guess there's a few places that are generally accepted as hazardous locations. One of them that everybody believes is hazardous is when you have glass within 18 inches of the ground, right?
Yes, but that's only part of it. There are 4 requirements. What are they, Reuben?
Okay. 4 of them. All right, so you put me on the spot. Now I got to think about it. If you hit all 4 of these requirements as a hazardous location, it's when you have glass within 18 inches of the ground, when the top edge of the glass is more than 3 feet above the ground, when the total glazed area of one piece of glass is more than 9 square feet, and you have a walking surface within 3 feet. You hit all 4 of those requirements, then it's considered a hazardous location for glass. So that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Big piece of glass near the floor, basically. If you have glass in a tub area, if you have glass in a window well, or excuse me, a stairwell, glass near doors. We won't get into all the specifics of that here, but these are a lot of places where there's a high potential for somebody to fall, hit the glass, and then the whole concern there is big shards of glass doing major damage to you, right?
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. It happened to me once. I was a little kid. I was probably 9, 10 years old. I was at my cousin's house. I'm running towards the door, and I tripped. I fell into the storm door, and it just had single strength glass. Big shards of glass went into my arm. I could have used stitches. We had to pull a big chunk of glass out of my arm, and we ended up using a butterfly bandage or something. But if that had been tempered glass, like what's required in all doors basically, if it had been tempered, when I broke through that glass, the glass would have broken into a million little pieces. It wouldn't have caused any damage to it. Well, maybe a little damage, but nothing serious, little scratches. So that's what happens with tempered glass, is it doesn't cause big harm. And to know if you have tempered glass, you just look at the corner of the window, right?
Most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and what you'll see in the corner of a piece of glass is an etching. There's an etching in the glass in the corner, and it'll say tempered or something similar to that.
Yeah, some type of CFR 1201 something or another, I can't remember, but yeah, it says something in the corner, usually tempered. So, all right, so back up. We're doing a home inspection. We find glass in a hazardous location. It's not tempered. What do we recommend? We say replace the window, add tempered glass. Something I've been recommending for a while is saying, well, 3M makes this film that you can get called Scotch Shield, and you can just apply that to the window. But then Dustin and I were doing an inspection together on a duplex not too long ago, and I was telling the owner about this, and Dustin's like, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, what did you tell me?
What I found out recently is that it could be about the same cost to apply the film as it is to just get a tempered glass made and installed.
Yeah, and I was like, well, how could that be? I mean, this film is not that expensive. I talked to some people at 3M, they're like, oh yeah, it's like $4 a square foot or something like that, but turns out maybe the film isn't that expensive, but you can't just buy the film. You buy it installed. That's the problem. So I started contacting a bunch of different vendors here in the Twin Cities, and when I say a bunch, there's not a lot of them, but there's a few, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll put it in for you, but we won't give you the film itself, and you need to buy it installed. Minimum fee that I found from anybody was like $250, and that covered, I think, 5 windows, roughly.
Okay.
But still, if we're just finding glass in one spot, are we going to say, hey, you need to replace it? There's got to be a better option. So I started looking into this a little bit more, and I found there are safety films that you can buy. They're not made by 3M. Maybe they're not as good a quality, but they are safety films. And they're supposed to, well, make the glass a lot safer. I don't know if it would actually pass code if you're doing a new build or something to put this stuff on there, but for an existing home where you got glass in a hazardous location, I thought maybe this would be a viable option. You could just put your own film on. So I decided, all right, why don't I just order it up? Dustin will help me, and we'll put it on a whole bunch of windows, and then we'll grab a rock and we'll drop it and we'll break the glass and see what happens. We'll see if it holds the glass together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dustin and I did it. We got a bunch of these paints together, we got some of this film, and we put it on. We made a little video. We had to do this in advance because it takes a few days to cure. So here's that video. We're rolling. Okay, so we're back. Dustin's got the product we ordered. This is, what is this? BDF, bi-decorative film. And hopefully it's more than just decorative. It says on here security film too, so hopefully it'll do that and make everything safer.
Okay.
I took a quick peek at the instructions here. It says that you're supposed to start off, before you put the stuff in, you got to clean your glass really well. So we'll clean the glass really well.
Clean.
Yeah. Alright, that's pretty clean, huh?
I think so.
Okay. Alright, so we've got it clean. Now we will apply the film.
Do you need a knife?
I think they gave us one. Look at this. They gave us some tools. We got a little X-Acto knife, little tape. Yeah. Okay, so now in the instructions it says you might need to leave it sit for a couple of days to dry. Our original goal was to do this and smashy have at it today, but turns out we're not going to be able to do it today. We're going to have to come back another day and we'll smash the glass. So we're going to do the same thing for all these paints. We won't record all that, but we're going to repeat the process and then we'll smash them later and see how they stay together or don't. Okay?
Sounds good.
Right.
Well, wasn't that fun? Applying that film?
No, it was not fun at all. That was a complete drag.
Was it easy?
No, it was, well, it wasn't that, no, it was tough. It was a pain in the butt. If you've ever put one of those screen protectors on your mobile phone and you've tried to get it all perfect, like no specks of dust or anything else like that underneath there, it's like that. I mean, I've done that before. I can do it, but take a piece of glass, a big sheet of glass, basically what you're putting on seems like a gigantic screen protector.
Yeah, I agree.
And it was, what would you rate it on a scale of really difficult to impossible? Where would you put it?
To get it perfect?
Yeah.
Impossible.
Okay.
For me.
All right. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it sucked. Yeah. For you. I haven't done it. No,
it was a pain in the rear.
Yeah.
If we hold this up and look at it, and I know you can't see it from there, but I can see here that there's spots that are peeling up.
Yep.
There are dust specks everywhere, and I don't know that I'd want this in my house.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it either. If I was going to have it done, I'd have it done professionally. I would hire a pro. Once we did it, I completely understood where that money went. It ain't paying for the film itself. It's for the expertise and someone who really knows how to do this stuff, make it look good and not have all these imperfections.
Yeah.
So I totally support hiring it out, but that's besides the point. I think we're at the point where we're going to break some glass. We're going to see if it's even effective, right?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that you're not going to get hurt if you fall into this and it's got the film on there.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Now don't try this at home. We are home inspectors.
Well said, Dustin. So, those are some really jagged pieces of glass. If that were somebody's elbow that went through there, or a hand or something like that, that would mess you up. I'll let you know. Go for it. I like it. Hey,
That did well.
yeah. Can you drop it again from higher up?
Same one?
Yeah, I wanna get it through there. All right.
Folks, what do we
Hey.
have here?
I like it. That looks pretty safe.
That to me looks a lot safer than that bottom pane of glass.
Yeah.
This did exactly what I thought it would do and kept it all together. Most of it, I should say. There are some pieces that are in the corners of the opening. However, they're small pieces and they're not big shards of glass that are just hanging out.
Exactly like you would have if it were tempered.
Yeah.
That's 3 times.
Oh,
Wow. Knocked the whole piece of glass out of there that time. Look at that. Can you see that?
the glazing is coming out of the sash.
I feel pretty good about this.
I do too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to continue to recommend film. I'll probably give a link to some type of safety film when I write up my inspection reports. And I'll tell people only do this if you really are a glutton for punishment and you enjoy really tedious work. Otherwise, it's probably money well spent to hire out a company to add this if you feel that this is an important thing to do.
You know, I do feel that it is important, and I'm going to continue to recommend that you have a film applied or have the glass replaced with tempered glass, one or the other. I think doing nothing about single strength glass is probably not advice.
Amen.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you.
Signing off. Appreciate it.